Good morning, humanity. It is September 6th, 2021, and it's our favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul, and Bev is back in town.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
All right, my name's Paul too, and wow, here you are back in Arizona,
Oh my gosh, I'm home.
huh? Well,
Monsoons and everything.
we're glad for that, and we're
Yeah.
going to talk a lot about Bev and her journey and her plans for the future here. We want to wish everybody a very happy Labor Day. Hope you are laboring well in your homes and having fun. It's also this evening Rosh Hashanah, the
Yeah.
Jewish New Year. That will start as the sun goes down. Actually, they say when the first three stars come out, that's when you start
Oh,
celebrations. Yeah, and
beautiful.
Jewish holidays always start the evening first. That's when it begins. It's because, as it was written in the Bible, the evening and the morning were the first day. So we
Right.
start in the evening, and this is the year 5782. So I have been on the
Wow.
planet for 5,782 years, and man, that
Oh,
BioTouch just does wonders. Me and Methuselah, or whatever his name
right,
was.
Methuselah. Yep.
So yeah, and this starts the 10 days of atonement. So all the bad things I did in these past years and sinful things I did, I get 10 days to atone them. And on Yom Kippur, I am forgiven, and I can start off all my raunchy life again. So.
There you go. I was going to say, is 10 days enough?
Oh, glad to have you back in town, Bev.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
So, all right, we're going to talk to Bev a little bit. If you have any questions for Bev and what she learned, or have any comments about her being back in town, let's talk a little bit about how was Oregon? What'd you learn? What happened? I'd ask you why
Wow.
you
It
came
was,
back, but we might
right.
go into that too.
Yeah. Wow, it's been a really interesting 2 years. I felt like Tucson was, kind of finished, but Arizona wasn't. That's in my heart.
Hmm.
But I had to go out of state. But as it turned out, it was like I was on a sabbatical. It was an enriching growth period for me on many levels. I went there, as you know, Paul, because we had talked about it. One of the main things was to get BioTouch up there. And I had all these plans. I was going to do this big event there in Medford. I'd signed up. Remember, I had a table, I had somebody
Right,
helping me. And then the pandemic hit
right.
and everything closed down. And right before the pandemic, I had met this amazing woman in Jacksonville where I was living. It was like this, we just kind of reconnected again from whenever. And I started talking to her about BioTouch. And I did a couple of sessions with her, and then the pandemic came. She was in a her like comfort zone, and she said, "Well, maybe I'll just take a break from BioTouch. I'm not comfortable." I said, "Perfect. Whatever's right for you." So that went on until May, when her husband went away for a week, and she says, "Okay, I want to do BioTouch again, and I want to do it every single day for 5 days while he's gone," because she had something going on. She was in a crisis, medical crisis, and she's like, "Let's just give it a shot." So she committed herself to doing BioTouch 5 days in a row, and then once a week at the same time on the same day.
Hmm.
And what happened to her was so interesting to be on this journey with her. What happened was, the first thing that happened is her whole um, mood, her emotional and mental, parts of herself just started changing. She's like, you know, I expected maybe something physical immediately, but what really happened was I became so at peace, and oh, I felt so loved. And every time you did BioTouch with me, I just got more and more, full of this sense of change. I have never been so happy in my life. And she says, and the only thing that I've done different is BioTouch. So I don't care what you say. I'm saying it's BioTouch. And I said, well, okay. Well, the next thing you know, she went and she says, I'm going to go and get this MRI because it's been a year. I need to go see. Actually, she had a mass on her brain that had grown since the last time she got an MRI. The day before I left to come back here, we were sitting outside with another friend having some coffee, and she got a call from her personal doctor. The next day, she was going to get a call from a specialist in Portland going over the MRI with her. So we're sitting there talking. She comes back to the table and she just looks at me and she goes, oh my gosh, they just told me that mass in my head had shrunk.
Oh, God.
What in the world? She goes, oh, and how perfect that you're here. And I don't want to hear what you and Paul have to say. It is BioTouch.
Wow.
I'm like, I'm not going to say one thing or another. You know, she goes, this has literally changed my life. It has changed my life. But guess what? I met one of her best friends, started doing BioTouch with her. And before I left, I was able to, I had a couple of classes with them, it wasn't really a class, it was just to show them and to let them work with each other on those sets that I've been doing with them. It was amazing for me, for them. Now I have two fabulous souls in Jacksonville who are doing BioTouch together once a week, helping each other. They became members. They downloaded the ebook and are on there with the video. They're both like, and some of the things that you know, like one of them, Josie, she says to me, you know what I love about BioTouch? There's no expectation. I can, for the first time, I can just receive something. Just receive this loving touch. I don't have to, you know, you're not talking, you're not giving me any guarantees, you're not saying anything. You're just touching. And my whole presence here has just, so, you know, I feel like I left something behind of BioTouch, which was our intention. If you want to, we never have an intention, but when I went up there, I was hoping that we could get BioTouch in there. But by the way, I also met an amazing woman who is a massage therapist. I showed her just the greeting and the neck set. And now she does, most of her clients, she does at least the greeting. And she says it's so interesting because they'll go, what did you just do?
Wow.
Oh, I just did something called BioTouch. Wow.
The wow.
Yeah,
The wow factor.
The wow factor. She says she has this older woman that just chatters, just jerks around. She says, BioTouch is, she did the greeting and did her neck because this woman just shuts up and just, she gets to do her work with her. She goes, BioTouch changes the whole dynamic of my massage session with these people.
You know, that's
so she wants to, she's got like 6 massage therapists up there that she wants me to come up there and do a class.
Well, you know, that's interesting. Building on that, we have a woman in Tony, and I think it's Maryland or something, somewhere out there.
On the East Coast?
Yeah, somewhere out there. A whole other country to me.
Yeah.
She is a massage therapist. She's getting certified. She has already done like 50 hours of work. I mean, detail work on. She made a statement to me just about in lines what you were saying here. She said the thing she has noticed with BioTouch, working with her clients, is BioTouch releases the fascia around the muscle and the whole structure. That to do massage just on muscle without releasing the fascia, you can't get in there. You can't get that muscle to release if you can't get the fascia to release. And what she noticed was the fascia immediately opened up where she could get in there and do massage on those muscles. Amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I know, but
Just
it
with
makes
that light touch.
sense.
Of course it does. I mean, and
Yeah,
we've been seeing it for 30 some odd years. And
yeah.
so, so you left some people up there. You know, it's interesting, this whole idea of love, that she just felt no expectations and at
Oh,
peace and happy. I've started seeing an integrative medicine doctor. She's part of my Medicare program, and she's going over all these things. And so I dropped a thing to her. I said, well, yeah, I got all these numbers and they're all weird, but I just have to believe that love can help the cells change in our body and we can get healthy. And she said a very interesting thing. She says, well, yeah, I really believe that, but I've never met anybody who can do that. And I'm just like, something, we got it. When you talk
here
about
I am.
tumors, brain tumors that go down, and she says it's biotouch. I still find that hard to believe,
Oh my
but
gosh.
maybe
I
it is.
know.
Maybe this touch really is about bringing love into relationship, bringing love into our healing process.
Well, to me, so I was thinking about that and I'm thinking, wait a minute. This woman was already really together anyway. She's just a beautiful person. But she, in her awareness, she's like, oh, wait a minute. I'm always vetching back down here in in my emotions are always kind of stirred up. And I know that I've contributed because of the way I think, the way I feel about things. Who knows what this is? But her and I were talking about that, and she says, about the second time that you did BioTouch with me, and she turned around and she looked at me and she goes, I have never felt so loved in my life.
Wow, wow, wow.
That, and I just kind of looked at, her and I went, oh, well, what was happening to her was all these other parts of herself that we are always talking about. The BioTouch has the power to just open and just release some of that, those things, those old habits, the old programmings, whatever. She says, I think that I'm a holistic unit. And so when I started feeling more at peace and I started feeling more loved and cared for, that I was able to help this crystallized thing in my head.
Hmm.
I'm like, well, you know what? That makes as much sense as anything. But she says, I know you're not going to say anything about it. She says, that's the one thing I love about BioTouch. Her friend Josie, too. The one thing we love about BioTouch is, oh my gosh, you guys don't know that. You know how unusual that is? You know how freeing that is to have somebody say, we don't know what's going on. It's your body.
Hmm.
And these women just get it. They're giving me all this feedback about, oh my gosh, this is like the biggest gift we've ever been given in our life. And what do we say? BioTouch is a gift for all of us.
Wow.
They have claimed that gift in their lives. It has made an impact. The second time I worked on Josie, she asked me if I would, her husband had fallen off a ladder, broke his collarbone, and was really in a lot of pain. Would I be willing, after my session with her, to work with him? And I said, of course. Well, the first time I met her and did it, he was not, oh, I don't, he felt kind of pushed. I said, there's no pressure here, but he was waiting for me at the door. And I did BioTouch with him. And then I did with her. Later that day, she texted me, Bev, I don't know. He's in there sleeping like a baby. It's like the healing process has already started. He's already better just after that one session with BioTouch.
Wow.
So, I saw him again and he's walking and, oh, I feel really good. So I did a couple sessions with him. So he's open. He's going to let Josie work with him.
Wow. And
Yeah.
you just heard from them yesterday or something that they're actually
Yeah.
continuing on the work together.
Yeah. She says, hey, we just had our session together today. I'm like, oh, so I'm going to stay in touch. I told them that this foundation, they're part of our family. that we are here for them all the time. If it's not me, it's going to be somebody in this foundation that's going to help them with whatever. And of course, it doesn't matter if they're 1,200 miles away. This is a loving web of support that we can offer all around the world. So distance means nothing with BioTouch.
Right.
Nothing.
And
Yeah.
that's why we're here, And so,
Yeah.
well, I'll tell you, 2 years, just that last few weeks, last month was like
I,
the crystallization of the whole thing.
It was. I was so grateful. I'm like, well, it took me 18 months to get here. But in the meantime, I had just been little by little putting it out there, talking to people. And I finally got an opportunity to actually bring BioTouch into a couple of people's homes and their lives. And yes, I feel like we have a BioTouch legacy in Oregon. So
Wow.
my job was done. I'm back.
You're back, and we're glad. So, what's your plans now that you're back? You just gonna sit around and eat
Yeah.
chocolates or something?
Oh, well, yeah, well, there's Sierra Vista, who my daughter goes, oh yeah, Sierra Vista could use some BioTouch big time. So I'm gonna do some feels here. I'm only 75 miles from Tucson. So, I think I'll be coming to town on a regular basis as much as I can. I'm gonna come back and work at the center a couple of
There you
days a
go. Those
week
of you in
or a month.
Tucson, get ready, sign up.
Yep, yeah. I want to be at the center again. It's the heart of our whole foundation, and I miss being there.
Well,
So yeah, I'm gonna,
I think we're ready for this next change. I remember
yeah,
when you left and you stood in that center and you said, "There's something happening here." And so now we
I
only have that one
did.
room. We have this huge big space where the curtains now close.
Yeah.
And now that you and I will be in physical proximity, which, by the way, folks, we might be doing the Bev and Paul show together, not through internet next week. So that'll be
Yep.
interesting. We haven't done that
That'll
in
be
a
fun.
long time.
I know. I've missed that. I really have. I've missed
So
that.
I'll have to change the whole dynamics here. So things. I think things are ready to explode again to the next
We're
level.
going. We're going to another we're going through a transition into another phase of birthing,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, and
Yeah.
like this next certification program, we have three ladies here locally that want to show up here, and so we're going to have it while we also do it virtually with Tony, and so we'll have virtual and in session in the center, and
Right.
that'll be real interesting. So we're really able to expand, and hopefully we've got a few people in the pike here, ready to work here too. Maritza is a woman who's almost done with her hours, and she's ready to help out,
Yep.
do some hands-on hours here. So I think things are
Wonderful.
just bubbling up, and we are grateful that you are back in town. If
Thank
you
you. Me too.
if you have anything you'd like to ask Bev, you can put it in the comments. Send us an email. Bev is back in town, but our classes are still going to be the same. So we have a class tomorrow. Our next virtual training will be tomorrow at 9 a.m. There's still opportunity if you want to get involved. You have to contact us in the next few hours before midnight so we can get you on the list and get you all the information you need. The next one after that will be not until October 23rd. And then our next health condition workshop will be traumatic brain injury. That's going to be a really good program.
Yeah.
We are still looking for a speaker. So if you know someone that has experienced traumatic brain injury uh, or CBT, let us know. We'd love to have them come on the show, share their experience and what they know about it. We always learn so much from these speakers.
Oh, yeah.
And that will be the September 28th. That will be the fourth Thursday of the month. Those are always live streamed and then sent to you in an email. If you're not on our email list, just go to our website, justtouch.com, and on that far right, you can become on our email list, or you can get the free ebook to learn how to do BioTouch right at home.
So
Well,
easy.
Bev, we are grateful that you are back. Nice to see your smiling face. I almost feel like I can just reach out there and hug you and touch you real close. By next week, I'll get that opportunity. Woo-hoo!
You will. Big hug.
All right, everybody. Keep on practicing BioTouch. And thanks, Bev. See you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain, so it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. Take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. Take my pain